first person. You can beat me or you can beat me to the 19th hole. The 19th hole. You can beat me or you can beat me to the 19th hole. The 19th hole. I'm at the 19th hole, fellowshipping with a few folks. My game was on, so I won by a few strokes. Cognac and a few totes. We gon' talk about our views and let the news post. Whether a hole in one or a triple bogey. Sit down at the round table, get to know me. Black excellence, living holy. Golf carts get driven slowly while we picking stogies. We at the clubhouse for another episode. The shoes I wear when I play, they are retros. I got reach out in Pebble Beach. Fine cigars and some leather seats, and you can let us.
Okay. So the round has been played. It's over. We're at the clubhouse once again back here at the International House of Stogies. I'm your host, Warren Hardy. This is my partner in crime, Monsieur Reed, or like we call him, Jay Reed, here at the house. We got a special guest today, Mr. Dwight Boykins, Houston's own, Mr. TSU himself.
There you go.
Man, Dwight, I really do appreciate you taking your time out of your busy day to join us here. Why don't you introduce yourself again for the people watching? Just give us a little bit of background about yourself, and we'll go ahead and dig into this thing.
Well, thank you guys, Jay Reed, Warren. Thank you guys so much, man. Warren's like a nephew to me, and I think the world of him. Very proud of what he's been accomplishing in his lifetime. But I am from Houston, Texas. Grew up in the public school system. Went to Texas Southern, majored in business. Just been married for 32 years. Love my boo, man. Love my wife to death.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, man. And I come from a big family. My whole family, all of them are still alive, thank God, and we all are here in Houston. And we're pretty well known because of our, opportunity to play sports growing up in the city. So we're a big family, and doing real well. I had a chance. I've been in politics for a long time, and I consider myself a public servant. I tell people I'm not a politician, and because I believe in serving the public. And I served on Houston City Council for 6 years. And recently ran for mayor and was not successful, but plan to run again. And, that's the professional side. The personal side, I love me some golf and I love cigars. If you know anything about me, you would know that Dwight Boykins is going to have a cigar near him. At least out of 24 hours a day, at least 9 hours of those 24 hours.
Oh, I like it. I like that. So I want to jump right into this thing, Dwight. So you came out of TSU, majored in business.
Yeah.
I would say, looking back on it, you hadn't always been into politics. I would say at what point in your life or your career did you make the decision to say, I want to go into public service. I want to get into politics.
It's a great question, Warren. My wife would be the first to tell you the commitment I've made. I tell people all the time, being a politician or a public servant isn't about your name being called, the honorable. It's not about going to banquets. It's not about having your name in the lights on the news media saying all these things you're doing in the community. It's about being committed to people. And it has to be something that's in your heart. Period. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten up in the middle of the night when a firefighter or a police officer were injured in the line of duty, 1, 2 in the morning, and I hop up and run to the hospital to be with their families. I'm not saying I'm the only one doing it, but 9 times out of 10, I'm the only one at that hospital with comforting their family. I can't tell you how many seniors have called me and said, Dwight, I need help with my home. And I go and we fixed about 607 homes last year of seniors. I can't tell you how many yards I've cut of seniors because I see that they need the help and on fixed income. So I'm not saying that I'm any different. I'm just telling you, to be a public servant, you have to commit to serving people and not yourself. And so I've been committed, man, all my life. It's in me. And that's my calling, and I enjoy doing it.
So from beside from being a entrepreneur,
yeah,
I would say, when was it the switch to say I'm going to officially go into politics?
Well, that's a great question, Warren, because my background started off in the banking industry. And I guess back in 78, I started in banking. And then probably in 84, I moved into governmental relations, maybe 85.
Okay.
But in 99, I ran my first race for city council. But prior to that, in 80, I want to say 86, Governor Ann Richards was the governor. And I helped her. And I traveled statewide with her, helping her with African American outreach to become the first Democratic governor in a while, and she was, and we won. And she and Ovi Duncantail are two individuals who both have passed on that inspired me to want to get engaged back in the 80s.
Okay.
Because they always talked about helping people, and that was important to me.
Did you feel more or less that it was so you said it was your calling to help people. Do you feel it was more or less those individuals seeing something in you, pulling you in that direction? Or was it you surrounding yourself, putting yourself in that environment to make the transition?
Well, one of the things, Warren, again, it goes back for me to the point of saying it was your calling. Because, I've been around people that have been elected or appointed to positions. And, when they get that call at 12 at night to go do something, they ignore that phone call because they don't want to do it. You got to be committed. And so, mine just came again, man, back early as something that I think God planted in my spirit to help people because of where I come from. And, we come from humble beginnings, and but my mother always provided what we needed and not what we wanted. And as a governing body for me, I try my best to remember that when I make decisions, and I do, and do what's best for people, the masses.
We're going to take a brief second real quick. I know you can't light up where you're lighting up.
I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous. Oh, don't do that to me, man. Hey, Jay Reed, don't rub it in, man.
I'm sorry.
But I'm gonna let Jay Reed go ahead and introduce what we're smoking today.
Yeah, so we're smoking a Herrera Steli by Drew Estate. I'm pretty sure you probably heard of that before.
Yeah.
All Nicaraguan. It's a good breakfast cigar, mild, medium. But I'm more curious, like, if you were smoking, what is that in your hand? Like, what do you prefer? What cigar do you prefer? Like, because I'm a guy, I prefer to smoke in the morning with a nice cup of coffee. So when is your favorite time to smoke a cigar, and what cigar do you prefer to smoke?
Well, my favorite time to smoke a cigar is when my eyes are open in the morning.
Yes, sir. I like
as soon as I wake up, if I could. And my favorite cigar is a free cigar. You have one for me?
Absolutely. When you come, cigar on me.
And I tell you, that's my favorite one, Jay Reed.
Yes, sir. And when I say come, I'm not even talking about coming here. I'm talking about when we meet at the 19th hole, which is wherever we are, cigars on me.
Right. Hey, man, you my guy. You my man. Hey, Warren ain't never offered me a free cigar. Warren tried to charge me, man. He ain't never offered me no free cigar.
Oh, man. Come on. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Come on. I'll give you a free cigar.
But, hey, let me tell you guys something. You asked you a question about favorite cigar, and I'm not bragging on Cuban cigars because they're not, they're not easy to get. But I had an opportunity to go to Cuba twice representing the city of Houston, and I took a delegation of people with me. And even some of those people will tell you that those are some fine cigars. The tobacco leaves are just different, and they burn different. And I've had some great ones. I love Partagas 4 Series D.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite ones.
Yes.
And when I go to Cuba, and I hope to be able to go back again later part of this year, depending on what's happening over there, or next year, that's one of the best trips for me. It really is. And I encourage everyone to go and take, supplies to help the needy out there and look over the hospitals and do your thing. But that is an experience that you will never forget, especially with little cigars.
Yeah.
Maybe I could take y'all. Hey, maybe I could take y'all on the trip with me. What you think?
19th hole. 19th hole in Cuba.
I like it.
I like it. But getting back to it. So you had the opportunity to be voted councilman, District D. Is that correct?
Correct.
Which is my home in 3rd Ward. Your home as well.
Yeah.
Just how was that experience overall for you?
It was a great experience, Warren. That's a great question because I grew up in this area and I knew as a child all the needs that we've had for many years, from a food desert with grocery stores to drainage issues. speed humps, which we dealt with a lot of traffic control issues. And so when I went in, it was a different experience for me because I knew, born and raised in this area, I knew the need. So one of the things I committed to the individuals out here was that I wanted to create some of the economic opportunities that other neighborhoods had. For an example, in the Sunnyside area, I don't know for your listeners if they're familiar with what we call a TERS, a tax increment reinvestment zone. And all that is just a boundary of the city, let's say the Sunnyside area. Every dollar they pay, 10 cents stay in the Sunnyside area to help with drainage. No mayor want to give up that 10 cents. So you have to leverage that. They have a TERS in the Galleria. That's why it looked the way it looked. They have a TERS in the Gulfgate area. That's why it looks the way it looked. Alameda. So the money stayed there for development of infrastructure. So I wanted to put one in Sunnyside, and I did that. And then I wanted to address food deserts and put quality grocery stores in the area because we didn't have them. We just had convenience stores. And I went to Washington and put together a deal with some folk and ended up buying this land on 288 North McGregor and built one of the largest HEBs in their inventory. And it is grossing more than any store they have. And I knew it would happen because we would capture that Pearland traffic. And then I wanted to address some of the speeding through neighborhoods, man, and put speed humps, as we call them, speed cushions throughout my district. Most of them have them. So, District D. And then, one other thing that was important to me, Warren and Jay Reed, when I was knocking on these doors, man, asking these people to vote for me, seniors' doors were falling. Porches were broken, the crack. And I said, if I'm blessed to become the council member, I'm going to create a fund. And I had a big golf tournament that raised money to help seniors with minor home repairs at no cost to them. And we, like I said, we fixed 607 homes because I told these people I would help them. And my last signature program is not so much the grocery stores, even though it's the economic impact on it is amazing. My second chance program. Second chance. That's where I wanted to make certain that people in my community and throughout the city that made mistakes in the past, including nonviolent ex-felons, could come and work at the city and with companies that would lobby me without discriminating based on their past, including nonviolent ex-felons. So I tell people all the time, you may think you all this and that, but look in your family. You have somebody who made a mistake that needs a second chance.
How about that? Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that I'm saying that to say when I got there, Warren, I knew I had to bring all that with me to address it, and I did. I addressed each and every one of them.
But like you say, you told those people that's what you were going to do, and you delivered on it. So much respect to that.
Absolutely.
Kudos to that. So you gave a lot of the highlights. What would you say is would be a learning, not necessarily a regret, but something that you learned? Maybe it didn't go your way as in that role as well, that you're taking on to better yourself going forward.
Well, I think I don't want to say compromise because I don't compromise on my principles, but
of course,
the voters voted for. This is the only thing I would kind of consider a different approach on it. But the voters voted for equal pay for police and fire, and the administration didn't want to honor it. Yeah. Yep. And I'm like, I don't care if they'd have voted up or down. I'm always honor the will of the voters. And what I did was presented to the administration a garbage fee. And I went and did all the research because every city, Pearland, Mayoral, Sugarland, Bel Air, all of them, Austin, all of them had a garbage fee. And I was exempting the seniors, the veterans, military, and disabled. And it was based on a $100,000 evaluation. So long story short, I was trying to implement that to increase the revenue for garbage and then take out the general fund, their fee to pay the pay parity, the garbage fee. Garbage revenue to pay the pay parity. And I think if I had to do it over again, I would probably look at another resource to try to cover that. I truly believe when we're elected, when people vote us in, it's our job to try to work. If the voters approve it through a referendum, it's our job to honor the will of the voters, regardless. We're not bigger than the voter. And I will always live by that. So I think I would have taken a different approach, but I would have still tried to find a way to honor the will of the voters.
Gotcha. No, I like that. I like that insight, and I like that look back. And I can appreciate that, you having that insight, but still keeping, a people first mentality. Yeah,
absolutely.
Much respect to that. I'm also going to give much respect to this cigar we're smoking. I really can't. I really hate that you couldn't be here today.
Man, you guys are wrong. Y'all are wrong. Y'all doing me wrong, man.
You're absolutely
But
wrong.
it's a really, really good stick, mild. It's burning good. I haven't had to relight it. I mean, but Jay Reed always offers good recommendations. Like I said, one day we can get you down here. International House of Stogies, right here off of Highway 6 in Missouri City.
Is this Tiffany's place?
No, it's down not too far from that, but this is John Simmons. He's the majority owner of International House of Stogies.
Yeah, I've heard of that, brother. I look forward to meeting him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, John's a good guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a good guy. He actually is he's in the car business. He was with Mike Calvert for years, and he just went over to a Chevy dealership over off 59 South. So
Well,
he's a local Houston guy. He's from Sunnyside.
he must be selling some damn good cars. He got a nice setup like that, boy.
Oh, absolutely. He's been doing it about 30 years, man.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I'll let Jay Reed give a little insight more about the shop.
Yeah, so here at our Stogies, you know, there are many cigar shops around Houston and on the outskirts of Houston. And what we do to separate ourselves is, you know, we consider ourselves a boutique shop. So you won't necessarily come into our shop and find the same cigar that you might find at Tiffany's shop or that you might find in a Specs or some of the other shops that are in the city. We like to, you know, like I say, provide cigars that you, not necessarily that they're hard to find or that they're rare, but they're just considered boutique. So it's not a lot of them that are made in a big quantity. And, you know, we have a private lounge here with some really good guys. I mean, that's what really drives our Stogies is the guys and the females, the people that are here. You know, we have a really good group of people that come here and they like to, you know, have conversations. You know, they would love to talk to someone like you because these guys are always talking politics. They're not just talking about golf. They're not just talking about women or football or sports. They're talking about things that really matter. You know, I like guys who ask the tough questions. And a lot of these guys here, man, they are not, you got to have some thick skin to be around here, man, because they're going to call you out on some stuff. So, but it really is a family, you know, and I'm sure you understand that family concept when you go to your local cigar lounge and smoke. So that's what our Stogies is about.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, man, that's what, you know, it's all about. Yesterday, I tell people all the time, cigars and golf, and I was so glad when Warren told me he had this going on. You guys had it going on. But cigars and golf can break down any barrier in communication. So the guy, when I served on city council, actually he served before me, named Orlando Sanchez. He's a Hispanic brother, Cuban. Starch Republican. I'm a starch Democrat, but we play straight down the middle, like hitting a golf ball, but with our views. But yesterday, he and I went and had, he texted me, it started Warren because he has a cabin up in Montana.
Okay.
So he sent a picture of it and I said, man, I have a place up in Conroe. So we kind of exchanged ranch pictures and then we started talking about cigars. Nothing about politics. And he went and got him some Cubans and he sent me a box. He said, you care for one? I said, tell me when and where. and yesterday we sat up, man, and smoked and talked about everything. And he posted a picture. I was kind of nervous at first, but he posted a picture, but it was a good message. It was like, you know, two former council members, mayoral candidates, different views, but love the same interests of cigars and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and that's what it's all about. So that's why I love cigars and golf, man. And because it breaks down barriers.
Speaking of golf, what's in the bag and when was the last time you played?
Tyler's played with Pro V1 balls, and I played in that tournament with Joe out at Herman.
Okay.
Yeah, played in that tournament. I didn't play with Joe's team, but I played in the it was the Big Smoke tournament.
You were out there?
Yeah, he was. I saw you out there.
Oh, you did?
I did. You introduced the young lady who was, I guess she's over Herman now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're talking to the winner of that tournament right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was your group.
Absolutely. And LaFell, I was on the team with LaFell. I don't know if you knew.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you what Joe did. I thought it was so smooth. I asked him that morning. I didn't ask him for a cigar for me because I had some. Just some knockoffs. When I play golf, I don't smoke a good cigar because the wind carried the leaf up. So I said, Joe, hey, man, you got a cigar? He said, yeah, man, I got plenty. And he reached in his bag and gave me a feral pig. I said, hey, man, I didn't ask for one. I was going to give you one of mine, but it's not a feral pig. I can tell you that now.
He just handed you that on the golf course.
Hey, and I didn't give it back neither.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So
Jay Reed,
Yes, sir.
how did y'all feel in y'all good conscience cheating in that tournament? Because I know y'all cheated to win. You know, how did y'all feel it? Did you sleep good that night, Jay Reed?
Listen.
I like him. He's coming back with questions.
I'll tell you what. The next tournament you play in, I'm gonna bring that same team, and we're gonna do even better. Because I'm telling you, we got some ringers.
I'm looking forward to take old Joe out and play, man.
Oh yeah, I know last time you and I smoked with Albert and AJ and all them. Joe was there. We met you down at Joe's spot. We've been meaning to get up and play together. We just, conflict of schedules and everything like that. But that's life.
No, we're gonna make it happen. Get y'all out of my place, man, out of the golf club of Houston. We're gonna play.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely.
So after you transition from councilman, you're back with the DA's office, correct?
Yeah, I'm doing some contract work with District Attorney Kim Ogg, yeah, and a couple other clients, but mainly her. Yeah.
Over special programs, is that right?
Yeah.
Outreach programs.
Yeah.
So once again, you're still serving the people.
Got to, man. And the good thing about that, Warren, I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm not up here endorsing Kim's programs, but I'm telling you what she's doing that I love. And the reason I'm with her, Kim knew that I had a second chance program. She was a speaker, as a matter of fact, at my event. And she created a program called Make It Right. And so we merged them together almost. And the Make It Right allowed those who've been falsely accused that need to be exonerated, or those who made mistakes, paid their debt, and qualify for expungement or seal of records. So what Kim said, Dwight, there's no way we can reduce crime if we don't give people opportunities. I love your second chance program, but we got to take it to another level. So we merit our programs, and I give her a lot of credit for that, man. And just recently, she sent me a text. She said the last 4 guys that we exonerated were all African-American men. 4. I said, Kim, we got to get that word out, man, because people don't know. Those 4 brothers I know they appreciate it. Because, when you get people in situations like that, man, they send letters to the parole board, to all these people, and people ignore them. And so you have a DA that's saying, I'm going to read them and check them out. That means a lot to me.
Right.
But so I'm doing community stuff. Yesterday, I spoke with a group of pastors about some of the things we're doing at the DA's office, and I'm learning a lot. I learned to turn with a signal on these days. I don't do a damn thing I ain't breaking no laws, brother. It just scared me.
I know that's right.
No doubt. I'm gonna switch gears for a minute. I'm gonna ask, because I know you, again, very active in the community. You're a country boy at heart. I know that. I know that. Let's talk about the Houston Rodeo a little bit. I know you have been passionately active and involved with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your involvement with that.
Well, I started off many, many years ago in the Black Heritage Committee, and it was about raising money. The committee, first of all, rodeo is defined of many committees, and each one's goal is to raise money or raise resources or contribute in kind to help benefit youth in education. And so the Black Heritage Committee raised a lot of money at a big banquet, and we would give it to the show to provide scholarships, which now is called Metropolitan. You don't have to go to college and major in agriculture. You can major in anything and apply for the Metropolitan Scholarship. And I hope your listeners are listening to that, and please apply. Excuse me. Then I left the Black Heritage Committee and joined the Livestock Committee, which is, as Warren has mentioned, I love the rodeo and the ranching business. I own horses, and my partner Albert, who's like a brother, have cattle. And we have these conversations going where we created a group called the 100 Ranchers. But anyway, so I was doing livestock for a while. And then I was promoted to another committee called Premium Seating Committee as vice chairman. And I left there and went to corporate development, which we raised a lot of money for the show. And then I became a director, which I am at the show right now. And so the rodeo has been good to me. I've been good to the rodeo, but we still have a lot of work to do, and I think we're moving in the right direction.
What's your take on? You don't have to go into too much detail, but what's your take on just bringing awareness to get more blacks involved with the rodeo, right? So I'm talking about, more blacks in what do they call it? The high school programs, FHA, for showing, getting the little girls and little boys, mud busting, things like that. What's your opinion on trying to raise those numbers to get more blacks involved for that?
Well, Warren, I'll be perfectly honest with you. You and Jay Reed, a lot of people assume certain things. I'm not saying people are assuming this, but they assume that the rodeo will say no if you apply. I think more African Americans need to apply for them. Just want to do it and let them tell you no. They're not going to tell you no. I mean, you find think about the state of Texas, and we have Wyoming kids coming in, Oklahoma, all in the rodeo business. They grow up around this. And so when they hear about the rodeo, it's a job, it's a career, it's an opportunity, where for us, it's a luxury. And so to get our kid mutton busting because we see it and we love it, that's one thing. But we have to have 50 kids to apply, not 2.
Right.
And whether it's team roping, you got to grow up in that business. Whether it's steer wrestling, you got to get in it and travel and want to do it. And there are some, but the other piece is, if you want to go on a professional circuit, you need sponsorship. So you got to be good. If you're good, the money will come.
Right.
Yeah. But I think the days of saying it's only for a white person are over. If you have the skills in the rodeo profession, you're going to get picked up. But in terms of the mutton busting, those things, calf roping, we need a whole bunch of African Americans to apply.
Gotcha. So it's the main thing is just raising awareness.
Absolutely.
About those opportunities. I got it.
And if you go to rodeohouston.com to the website, you'll see everything you want to know. But we do need to increase the ask.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you hit me up earlier, said you had a limited amount of time before your busy schedule. And I really do want to say, man, I really do appreciate you sitting down with us. I really hate that you missed this good cigar. We got to make it up to you.
I promise you, I'm gonna call you before you call me. I promise you.
And last day, Reed, do you have any closing statements? I know.
Well, I do have one question for you. So the city of Houston, they've renovated some of the local golf courses. Like out of all the local courses, which one would you say is your favorite? I like Herman, Memorial, Gus Wortham, Sharpstown.
Gus Wortham, without a question.
Yeah.
Gus Wortham without a question, man. Like I said, I'm a member of the Golf Club of Houston, and if I had to pick one, I mean that Gus Wortham is on, man. I love it.
Yeah, we got to get the Gus Wortham. I haven't played it since they renovated.
Oh, you haven't? Oh no, you
haven't played it since they renovated.
Warren, okay, we'll make that a deal. I know the owner out there. We'll make it happen.
We'll bring the cigars.
We'll make that happen because Gus Wortham, you will love it. Trust me, you will love it.
No doubt. Well, like I said, I really do respect your time.
Yeah, man. Please pencil me in, as we say, Coach. Pencil me in for the next round, man. Give me about 2 months. I'm ready to come back. I will be there.
You'll be there. No, part 2 then. Dwight Boykins.
I love it.
Well, I thank you for tuning in, man. I thank you for your time. Most importantly, I can't say thank you enough. I know you're a busy man. Thank you for meeting us at the 19th hole, talking about your background. I would say keep serving the people because it looks like it's done you very well.
Yeah. And let me say this, a lot of times you see people on TV or on Instagram or social media or whatnot, and then when you meet them, they're like totally different, right? They're like, that's not the persona that person portrayed to you, right? But this young man here, he doesn't even know it, but my wife and I were looking for a bed and breakfast. And we stayed at this bed and breakfast, and this man here took care of us. He didn't know who we were, but we knew who you were. And you were the kindest, you and your wife, y'all were the kindest, most caring people. And that was one of the best times that my wife and I ever had at a bed and breakfast. And I remember that, and I thank you for it.
Well, Jay Reed, thank you so much. I know my wife appreciated it, but she told me she put me in a cage and she let me out once a quarter. And if I ain't on my best behavior, she put me back in that cage. I I'll be sure to tell her. Thank you so much, man. And y'all come on back, man. We would love it. But we're going to get out to Gus Worth, and that'll be the next visit. And then we can come back to the 19th hole.
Let's do it. I like it. Dwight, thank you.
Thank you, Warren. Thank you, Jay Reed.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, sir. Take care.
All right, fellas. Good luck to you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Have a good one.
You can beat me or you can beat me to the 19th hole. The 19th hole. I'm at the 19th hole, fellowshipping with a few folks. My game was on, so I won by a few strokes. Cognac and a few totes. We gon' talk about our views and let the news post. Whether a hole in one or a triple bogey. Sit down at the round table, get to know me. Black excellence, living holy. Golf carts get driven slowly while we picking stogies. We at the clubhouse for another episode. The shoes I wear when I play, they are retros. I got reach out in Pebble Beach. Find cigars and some leather seats, and you can let us be. You can meet me at the 19th hole, or you can beat me there. Long as you know you gon' see me there. Golf podcast for us. You can zoom in. You know where we'll be. Won't you tune in? Beat me, you can beat me to the 19th hole. The 19th hole. You can beat me or you can beat me to the 19th hole. The 19th hole.